President Trump threatened to sue the Wall Street Journal over an article tying him to Jeffrey Epstein. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Friday, July 18th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Last night, the Wall Street Journal published a story that the White House didn't like at all. It contained new information that it says connects the president to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The newspaper reported that Trump had made a risque contribution to Epstein's 50th birthday album back in 2003. It was allegedly a drawing of a naked woman, and it included the line, "May every day be another wonderful secret." Before he died in jail, Epstein was arrested on federal sex trafficking charges. Trump responded to the article by saying he would sue the Wall Street Journal, its parent company, and its owner, Rupert Murdoch. Trump has faced mounting anger from his supporters over his decision earlier this month not to release files related to Epstein's case. But that changed yesterday, at least partially. Minutes after lashing out at the Wall Street Journal, Trump said he told the Justice Department to seek the release of all pertinent Epstein grand jury testimony. It's not clear exactly which records he meant, or whether it would be legal to release them. Number 2.
On this vote, the yeas are 216. The nays are 213. The resolution is adopted.
The House passed a bill to claw back $9 billion from foreign aid, PBS, and NPR. While you were sleeping, the House passed a bill to slash federal spending. It would cut $1.1 billion from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. That funds PBS and NPR. Democrats have warned that the cuts will devastate local stations, especially in rural areas. And it could put beloved PBS kids shows like Sesame Street in jeopardy. The package also cuts billions of dollars from foreign aid. That includes cutting funding for refugees, democracy promotion, and UNICEF, which provides humanitarian aid to children worldwide. The bill now goes to Trump to sign into law. He has until midnight tonight to sign it. Number 3. The White House said President Trump was diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency. This condition causes the legs to have trouble delivering blood back to the heart. It's a mild but chronic illness related to age. In a press briefing yesterday, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt gave some more details about the diagnosis.
In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out of an abundance of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House Medical Unit. The president underwent a comprehensive examination, including diagnostic vascular studies. Bilateral lower extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition, particularly in individuals over the age of 70.
The announcement came after images circulated online this week of Trump with swollen legs at the FIFA Club World Cup and a bruised hand caked in makeup. The White House statement sought to clear up any confusion, but it was also a rare acknowledgement of Trump's age. He recently turned 79 and is the oldest U.S. president to be inaugurated. Despite that, he has long tried to portray himself as vigorous, healthy, and mentally sharp. U.S. intelligence suggests that 2 Iranian nuclear sites were not obliterated. That's our 4th story. Last month, U.S. strikes hit 3 nuclear facilities in Iran. President Trump quickly claimed that they had all been completely destroyed. A leaked initial intelligence report undermined that claim. And now, officials and others familiar with ongoing assessments gave the Post the latest understanding of the damage. It suggests that only 1 of 3 sites was dealt a knockout blow. That's the nuclear facility at Fordo. But even at that site, there's still a lot we don't know. For example, whether the centrifuges at the deepest level of Fordo were destroyed or rendered inoperable, or if they were moved before the bombing. The White House has continued to insist that Iran's nuclear program was eliminated. Number 5. The Justice Department requested a one-day sentence for a former Louisville police officer. In March 2020, Breonna Taylor was fatally shot in a police raid of her Louisville apartment. In November last year, a federal jury found Officer Brett Hankinson guilty of violating her civil rights. He's facing a maximum sentence of life in prison. But in an unusual memo this week, the federal government suggested a much shorter sentence, 1 day. The memo argued that the Biden-era Justice Department should not have prosecuted the officer on the civil rights charges on which he was convicted. Attorneys representing Taylor's mother denounced the move yesterday. Number 6. Stephen Colbert's Late Show was canceled by CBS. Colbert has been the Late Show's host, executive producer, and writer for the past 10 years. But last night, he shared the news that the talk show would be coming to an end next May. As you just heard, the audience wasn't happy to hear it.
Yeah, I share your feelings. It's not just the end of our show, but it's the end of the Late Show on CBS. I'm not being replaced. This is all just going away.
The network said it was purely a financial decision, and it wasn't related to performance. Colbert's show is the top-rated late-night show in its time slot this year. Just a few days ago, Colbert spoke out against a decision of CBS's parent company, Paramount. It had agreed to pay $16 million to settle a lawsuit filed by Trump during the presidential campaign last year. And at number 7. You might soon be able to pay for groceries with gold. Missouri, Texas, and other states have passed laws recently to treat gold and silver like currency. That will make it easier to use precious metals to buy household goods. But before you get excited about slapping a solid gold bar onto the checkout at Trader Joe's, that's not exactly what I'm talking about. Instead, the laws enable the use of debit cards and apps that are backed by gold holdings rather than the US dollar. It's an appealing prospect to people who are skeptical about the health of the US dollar and about federal financial policy. Gold prices have more than doubled since 2020, and it's a nice little throwback to the 1930s. That's the show for this week. The associate producer of The 7 is Taylor White. The staff writers are Jamie Ross and me. John Taylor is our editor. Additional editing by Christina Quinn. Copy editing by Melissa No and Thomas Haliba. Mixing and sound design is usually by Jim Briggs and Justin Garish, but this week it was by Rennie Svirnovsky, the triple threat of podcasting. Our theme music is by Edith Mudge. Renita Jablonski is our director of audio. I'm Hannah Jewell. Thanks for listening and have a great weekend.